Hey, Jay. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I got both lives running, one on YouTube, the other one on TikTok. So I'll be toggling back between both lives. You're new here. Welcome, everybody. I'm 333. It's nice to see everybody here today. It is a good old Friday, actually. It's a nice little Friday. Hopefully everybody had a great week so far. If not, that's the end of the week. So hopefully it's do something about that. Do something about that. New subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing, love. We'll get to your question in just one moment over here on YouTube. Jay, I have you for your yes, no, maybe question or reading. Birthday, you can get a free reading. Oh, I don't do it based off that, love. Happy birthday, though. If you stick around, maybe I'll give you a free yes, no, maybe question or something. Okay, Jayla is up first with her yes, no, maybe question, and then we're going to go to Mackenzie over here on YouTube. Is my ancestor spinning a block on that YT boy that posted my followers, posted my photo to his followers? When you mean spin the block, are you meaning as far as like reparations or something like that? Yes, because you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, you got the Ace of Cups in reverse, and you also got the Four of Wands in reverse. This basically saying like a lot of, in this energy here, maybe someone has a lot of misplaced emotions here, repressed or suppressed emotions here. Someone has a lot of brutal thoughts or a lot of brutal chaos, or just doesn't have the internal clarity just for all mankind. Like this person has some type of bias, judgment type energy. And I do feel like, you know, where you need to be celebrated, maybe this person was trying to take your light here with this Four of Wands in reverse. And I do feel like this comes off of feeling like, you know, I just feel like he's just trying to take that light here. And I feel like, you know, it's in a sense to where he possibly feel like you don't have support, or maybe just a home or a form of you know, just synchronicity energy, or just you're just a person. So I feel like he's undermining that. And I do feel like, you know, certain things here is going to come back around towards him, because I do feel like how he's spewing his judgment is coming out very nastily. Mackenzie, will I get a job before MT messaging me back? I'm trying to see which one comes first. Thank you for taking your time and considering my question. Who is MT? Is that a company or job, or is that a person? If it's a person, please tell me their name. Make sure everybody are double tapping the screen. Everybody double tap the screen. I don't do initials here because MT could be anything. I could be picking up on anybody. Marquise. Well, Mark, will you get a job before Marquise message you back? Thank you. If this, I don't know what's the dynamic of this you and this Marquise person. I do feel like, you know, this person is a little bit disconnected from you, trying to like get over you in a sense, or maybe move around you, or kind of take a step over you type of situation. Because something here with you is a little bit stuck, or there's some regret or grief or remorse or disappointment in general. And I do feel like where this person Marquise could be angling at, I do feel like he maybe lacked self-discipline or follow through, or he wants work without reward type energy. And since he's not getting what he wants out of this dynamic, he could be trying to go around you. And then when it comes towards this job situation, you got the Chariot, the Star, and the Hierophant energy. I do feel like it's a sense of alignment that you need to go towards, or certain things that you need to make clear for yourself. And I do feel like this job is coming back around when it comes as far as you here, because I got movement, I got progress, moving accordingly, moving ahead, getting certain things ordered for yourself, some sense of renewalship, or like just good fortune, just spiritually alignment here. And I feel like with this job here can bring you this direction that you need. And with Marquise, I'm feeling like he's coming back around no time soon, or he may be just very much so disconnected from the idea of reaching out to you right now. So I'm definitely getting a job before the message. Make sure everybody is double tapping their screen everywhere. If you're in any of my lives, YouTube over here, make sure you're hitting those hearts over there. If you're in the TikTok, make sure you are double tapping their screen, here. Please, no questions in the chat until it's your question. It's big and right on the screen here. You should be able to see it. If you can't see it, you need to be calling the eye doctor immediately. You do not need to be in this live. Okay? Free, yes, no, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Carlisha. When you've been present in the live, when you've been present, I won't be able to not see it. I will call your name, and that's how you know it's your turn. Hey, Cartia. No new rules. It's just when your turn is for a yes, no, maybe question. I would let you know. If you're in queue for a reading, I will call your name. That's when you can drop your questions. I just want organized chaos in the room. Because I do give away certain ones. I am incorporating them back into the reading, into the lives. So I just want to create some type of organization. I'm good though, Cartia. How you doing, love? The presence. That's for everybody. Energy in the room. If you want something from me, you have to give me something. If you want something, you got to give something to receive something. Nothing in this world is really technically free. And that goes for everybody. Subscribe to everybody. You know, I will have a certain portion where if I haven't asked any of my subscribers if they want a yes, no, maybe question, I would definitely ask. Because I know y'all do be ganged up in here. But yeah, no, I'm just trying to get some organized chaos up in here. I'm good, just tired. You've been working a lot. I also have the YouTube live going on too, so I like to order too because I'm incorporating a lot of my other platforms as well. So if y'all ever want to just not be on TikTok, I want to go into the YouTube, go ahead and make sure y'all subscribe over to the YouTube as well. We have that going right now as well. Good afternoon, Sharika. So that's just really what it is. Are you kidding me? Thank you for your daily heart, me. Why didn't you kill the spider? Like, I'm confused on why you slept in your car. It disappeared. the way I would have tore that whole house up. I'm not sleeping in no car if I have to. Well, that would definitely help. That would definitely help. Hello, everybody over here on YouTube. I see there's 5 people in the room right now. Hello, hello, hello. If you are a new subscriber over here, please make sure you let me know you're a new subscriber over here on the YouTube. Did you have a yes, no, maybe question? You can ask it, Sharika. Is Quindell feeling my absence after the BD he pulled on me? What's BD mean? BS, okay. I don't know what you mean by feel your absence. I don't know if you mean like miss you, or if you feeling bad about it, or what you mean by, you know, feeling your absence. But what I can say is that with this situation, whatever in his energy, I feel like with this Seven of Swords energy, I feel like he had this idea of probably trying to get away with something, or trying to like move strategically with you in order to have his cake and eat it too. And I do feel like whatever happened here in his energy that I see here, for him, it's like he's kind of got this energy of like being very arrogant right now. It has this energy of the Six of Swords, or moving on, definitely isolated or disconnected from you in some sort or some form of wanting to separate themselves from you or move on from you. And I feel like he's trying to figure out a certain way around this with this death here, with this transformation. I do feel like maybe this could be going towards the end of the cycle between you and him with this death energy. You also got the Six of Wands here. You got the Emperor. And with this Hermit, I feel like this could be wrapping up a cycle here for y'all, possibly. You know, I do feel like he's kind of very much so self-moving. Very much so do things based off him. And I feel like he tries to make sense out of certain things for himself here. But feeling your absence, like, you know, yeah, no, I wouldn't say in that manner, no. He could be believing something in his own way too. Something I want to highlight too with that energy that just stood out. He could be making his own story with how he did whatever. And I feel like that's making him okay with this possession of like, maybe I just need to move on, leave this alone, keep moving forward and see what's going on here. So, and that's could be making him sleep better at night. Just lying to himself possibly. Could be a thing, so... YouTube, are you over here? Are you active? You don't have to be shy over here in YouTube. Please, when you hit that subscribers button, please let me know. Those over here on TikTok, make sure y'all are double tapping that screen. Keep the double taps rolling. Hi, I liked and subscribed. Thank you, Latoya. Yes, you may ask a question, Latoya, over here on YouTube. Thank you so much for liking the live stream and subscribing, love. I appreciate you. How does my son's father say he wants to be back in communication with me? All right, so with this situation, Latoya, I do feel like he wants to be back in communication with you. However, comma, I do feel like there is a lot of pain here. There still was a lot of lies going on in this dynamic, I feel, or maybe he hurt you, or maybe he know that he's done a lot, or maybe comes with a lot of baggage. So I do feel like there's a sense of disappointment or a sense of grief or failure when it comes towards your energy. I do feel like he does care for you with this Ace of Cups energy. And he definitely wants to start something new, if that could be a possibility. However, with this possibility, I do feel like with you, he does feel left out in the cold. He does feel isolated from you, like there's some form of insecurity when it comes towards you. He wants to restart this new energy with this Ace of Cups in the middle of this Five of Cups and this Five of Pentacles energy, double five energy. And I feel like it's very much so lost and scattered. And I do feel like he feels replaced or separated you, some type of lack of, or some type of loss, or some type of insecurity with you. And I do feel like in the back of his mind, I do feel like he has this energy to where he want to have some faith to have some sense of peace with you. But I do feel like he would like more than just like a simple being peaceful type thing. I do feel like he wants more. However, I do feel like there's a deep amount of insecurity and doubt, and there's a lot of failures too in this background too, or just disappointment or failure how he played his cards with you. And I do feel like it's a part of him that doubts if he should even, explore that opportunity. But I do feel like he does come with a lot of baggage, and I do feel like that's something that he knows, he mentally knows and take a keep of. But I do feel like it's one of those things to where it's like, if I could have it my way, I would have it this way. We be peaceful, we enjoying each other, etc., etc. So it's like one of those things to where it's like, if I could have it my way, but I do feel like he's held back because he does feel so far removed from you emotionally. And that's the energy I have for you right now. He does have other baby mothers, so that's why he's put his energy towards mine's my energy. We was never in a relationship or nothing. Just putting that out there. Oh wow. And that could be why that Five of Pentacles is there. Because that's feeling so removed, that's feeling out of touch, that's feeling like I don't know what she got going on. I feel like an outsider type energy. That's what that Five of Pentacles energy carry, and that could be why. And I do feel like, if he could, with that Ace of Pentacles, I would kind of explore it, a little bit more. But yeah, that's what I have for you, love. Hopefully you don't be a stranger here, Latoya. I will be on here more active. This is my second stream here on YouTube. So make sure you keep that subscription rolling, because I'll be more and more active, bringing some more content as well, love. And if you want in-depth readings, I do have those available. If you check the live description as well. I don't know what's going on here with my TikTok live. TikTok has been acting really crazy. I may have to reboot this joint. Over here on TikTok, they've been playing with my algorithm. I don't know. You're welcome. Latoya, have a blessed day. Yeah, I should be back on here later today. It's okay. I'm gonna be on here. You'll be able to find me, but I should be on here later. Gotcha. Anybody else in the YouTube live, you can come out. I do not bite. If you are a new subscriber here, you're just still, looking at the vibe, I do understand. But once you do hit that subscription over here on YouTube, please let me know. This thing. Let me see if I remove one of these boards. Crazy over here. Hey, Ruby. How you feeling today? I'm not feeling this little update that they got going on TikTok. Like, I don't know. It just is really pissing me off, for real. Anna for yes, no, maybe question. I don't know if you are on TikTok or are you on YouTube. Let me know which live you're in. All right, I see you. Anna, what is your question? Thank you for the popular gift. Thank you so much for the popular gifts. Miguel talks about Anna to his mother or anyone close to him recently. Hi, Rose. Thank you for the subscription, love. Over here on YouTube. Thank you. All right. I feel like it's a possibility that he could have brought you up to another one of his family members. It's giving me a no for the mother. Straight out. It came out no for the mother. But for other people, I do feel like he has. But I do feel like it's in the light of maybe not coming forward all the way or being honest all the way, because the moon energy is here. It's like it's some mystery, it's some illusion on this context here. And I do feel like when it comes towards his mom, I do feel like maybe he doubts himself when it counts of how he approaches himself towards her type thing. And I do feel like he has a lot of options or opportunity to do this or do that, but I do feel like he just sometimes maybe don't attune to his own masculine power or something like that. But I do feel like he brought you up in a formal way with someone that he is familiar with in his family, but not his mom. So that's the energy I have for you. What's coming for me? That would be an in-depth reading question, Rose, over here on YouTube. For a new subscriber over here on YouTube, you get one free yes, no, maybe question, love. So you can ask if whatever was coming for you, you can say, is yada, yada, yada coming for me? But if you want an in-depth reading, check out the live description and how to get a more in-depth reading from me. You're welcome, Anna. You're more than welcome. Hey, sister. How you feeling? Good. It's good. It's good. I had a very see, not two of them. I know that's right. Going to for a minute now. Okay. Rose over here on YouTube, can you rephrase your question, love, for into a yes, no, maybe version of that question, possibly, if you're looking for the reading still over here on YouTube? He's tearing at me into stress. I want to ask about the should I book 2 quick reads? Yes, that would be the easiest way. You just want to know a little bit about this and a little bit about that person. got you. Give me 1 second, 1 second. Trying to share out this thing here. Yes, for sure. Get these taps up. I need some energy here. That's why I'm dual streaming now. Cause TikTok been playing. All right, so Kristen is up first. All right, so the first question is for which person? Trey, Capricorn. I guess I want to know his intentions and how's he feeling towards me this far. So Kristen has 2 quick reads that's currently on the list right now. I'm about to start the first quick read. Did I catch anything here? I ain't even look. So I feel in this situation here, it's like one of those things too. It's like, huh? Wait, what are we playing, sister? I'm not playing anything. It's because I have the YouTube live on. I'm trying to boost that, so you know I can't listen to copyright music, so that's why y'all hear the elevator music in the background. But if y'all hear like some other music playing, that's my brother listening to some ratchet.
What hear that thing?
Yeah, that's what you listening to. I don't think I'm listening to anything. No, I'm not depriving y'all. Just listen to the music in my ear while y'all gotta listen to the elevator music. No, it's because of YouTube. Because I'm trying to build this up over here. But yeah, he was listening to the, he was on that. So yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck about a bitch for real.
All right, so with this energy here, it's like one of those things. It's like one of those things. It's like with this guy, Trey. You mentioned he has Capricorn energy. Y'all a mess. But he has the Capricorn energy definitely comes out to definitely play, but also I do feel like there's a lot of a mix of intrigue. He has a lot of intriguing energy, but he also has some caution energy too at the same time. I do feel like he is keeping certain conversations flowing here. I do feel like his true nature is still reserved though. I do feel like right now, I do feel like he's drawn towards you. I do feel like he is kind of like have a little undertone of comparison, measuring like where he stands and whether if he can meet you where you are and take you like beyond. So I do feel like he's kind of watching a lot, observing a lot, just seeing how you guys mesh. What's the energy for the now? What's the energy for the future type of thing? I do feel like he's drawn towards you. He likes your independentness. He likes I don't know. For some reason, does he call you baby girl or something cute like that? I don't know why. It's just like he give you that baby girl energy. Like he likes the baby girl energy in you, but he also like the sassiness, the toughness, the strict part of you. But I do feel like he likes the best of both worlds with this energy here. I do feel like he admires you from afar. I do feel like he likes to see you, just in your natural element, or just like talking to you, just vibe and let you go off and talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about, whatever. But I do feel like there are certain things internally about his true nature that he is still battling. I do feel like he's not really always sure I feel like he's not for sure of himself at points of time. And I do feel like sometimes sometimes him wanting to be open and generous, like especially emotionally here. I do feel like sometimes he really tethered that fence to where he kind of like second guesses himself. And I do feel like he has like a lot of moments. I'm not really saying like hot and cold, but I do feel like sometimes he can be a little bit focused on certain things, or kind of this maybe not to say distracted, or maybe I don't know, with his nature. I feel like when he's set on something, if he's focused on this for the day, I do feel like sometimes he can kind of miss out on the other things that's going on. And I do feel like sometimes he has this energy to where, if I don't do something, if I don't make myself happy, or if I don't do whatever I want to do, then nobody's going to do it type thing. So I do feel like sometimes he get engulfed in too much of his focus, and he kind of have these moments to where it can maybe be perceived as hot and cold, but it's not really hot and cold. His intention is not really hot and cold. I do feel like sometimes he kind of like compartmentalize his emotions and certain time with people, because he needs to make sure that he has certain things in control. I feel like he doesn't want to play games for real. I feel like he doesn't want to play games, but I do feel like because he hasn't fully decided to like let you all the way in, sometimes it can come off or give a little bit of jadedness towards you. So I do feel like Trey's intentions here is leaning towards more so a balance more than anything. And I feel like he enjoys what you're giving right now. And I do feel like he wants to match that energy. But I do feel like there's some hesitation that he's trying to cover up by trying to have everything all together. And I do feel like he's protecting his own feelings and his own sake of independency too at the same time. And I do feel like he likes the excitement, wants to keep things exciting and bring you towards excitement. But I do feel like his guardedness towards being open and vulnerable can come off as mixed signals sometimes, will kind of be like a disappointment. So I do feel like I feel like deep down he doesn't necessarily have like unnecessary drama, or he doesn't really have anything that's gonna like potentially really clash with you right now, because that's not where his heart is. So I don't feel like you need to worry about other women per se. I do feel like it's more so of what he attunes his time to and how he prioritizes your time too at the same time. And if he validates those feelings. So I feel like that could be the problem with you, with him, more than anything. And I do feel like it's like, only thing I can really see you guys really clashing in at is how you both handle control and expectations. Because I do feel like he likes things a certain way, like he may run a tight ship or a tight program, or he wants you to be a certain kind of way. And I do feel like you run a tight ship too. Like, I want this and I want that. So I feel like at the same time, y'all may clash with that ego a little bit, because you're strong and he's strong-minded too at the same time. So I feel like that's the red flag here. He could be very much so in his program that sometimes that he can have this thing like he don't want nobody around you, you know, the ego and the pride and just the power struggles energy. So I do feel like sometimes you may feel like you have to put on a little bit more than you need to, because sometimes what he comes with, he just likes things in certain order. And I do feel like sometimes that could be a drawback to you, because you're out loud and proud. So I do feel like he has a side to where he doesn't like being told what to do. He likes to be told. He likes to do the telling what to do. And I feel like he, you know, that's just kind of like his operation here. And I do feel like this is like a thing to where it's like, you don't have to shrink to make him feel comfortable or anything of that nature. I do feel like, you know, this connection is really going to teach both of you guys, you know, the value of yourselves and the boundaries too, because y'all both have a strict type of energy going on here. So I do feel like I feel like y'all gonna have to really just kind of mesh together, because I do feel like y'all could potentially want the same things, but just be saying them different ways. So I feel like both of you guys may need to allow actions and words to follow through, because I do feel like reassurance for the both of you are very much high in this energy here. So I do feel like you both are going to have to definitely don't have to fight each other. Just make sure y'all create space in each other's lives, because I do feel like that's something that he's looking for, space to be exactly him. And I do feel like you need space to be exactly you too at the same time. So I feel like y'all kind of have the same type of intention or same type of goalpost when it comes towards a connection in general. But I do feel like how he does things and how you do things, how you see things and how he see things could be completely different here. But I do feel like he doesn't come with drama. He doesn't come with attachment so much, because I do feel like he runs a strict program just for this reason. And I do feel like he doesn't want to put his energy towards something that may end up being faulty. So I do feel like that's why sometimes he can come off as real, I don't know, like aggressive or masculine energy, or just really super observant, because I just feel like he's just trying to take everything in, because he just doesn't want to waste his time. And that's the energy that I have for him, Mr. Trey. Yeah, he real straight. Yeah, I can see that. So I feel like he, you know, that's one of those type of people you may have to, you know, that he expect people to bend over backwards a little bit for him, or just as like a yes woman. You're not a yes woman unless it's just that great to where you ain't got no problem with saying yes. But I do feel like he's gonna have to show and prove that he's that type of man that you can just whatever you like type energy. But overall, I don't feel him coming on some bullshit or just selfish base. I do feel like he wants something out of life and things of that nature, but I just feel like it's certain things that is just, yeah. All right, I will be back on my YouTube live later on this evening. It's running a little, maybe I may keep it. I'm gonna just keep it because I do want to hear real music, but it's like going in and out. No, I was talking to my YouTube. I was talking to my YouTube. I was talking to my YouTube, y'all. Yeah, no, I'm like cross integrating. No, I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna just leave it. But I get in a habit. All right, so Kristen, what's the next person and that person's name? I mean, what's the next person's name? I meant. Todd and Cancer. Same cards. Check this up straight. Go ahead. Don't play. There ain't no way. Oh my God, I just pulled those same 3 cards earlier today for the color, different color. Okay. That is out. Come back out though. That's what his energy is. So I feel like with this energy here with Todd, I do feel like he has a little bit of I feel like actually he's kind of maybe hiding more than Trey is actually. I feel like he is immensely cautious here. And I do feel like with this cautiousness, there's a lot of overthinking. And there is some insecureness that's also that he tries to hide up as well. I feel like he wants to present himself as someone that is stable and has good opportunity, in which he does. I do feel like there's a lot of things that he could be working on that's definitely about to pay out for him, possibly here. And I do feel like he could bring something like of stable energy or of opportunity when it comes towards a material or monetary, things of that nature. But I do feel like emotionally is a real iffiness there. And I do feel like because he's wrestling with his own insecurities and his fears, and being left out in the cold from a previous relationship. And I do feel like his vibe or his energy with this connection here is that he wants change, he wants growth, he wants something to be happy. Where he wants someone to be happy when he want to meet his person here. But I do feel his follow through sometimes is not as strong as his desire sometimes. And I do feel like this is energy, this push and pull type thing of where he's curious about with you is like he's curious about where this connection can go and what it can become. But I do feel like his comfort zone is definitely hard for him to step out of. I do feel like he has moments of where he does withdraw, and it's because maybe certain feelings can be very much so overwhelming, or he be trying to pace himself so he doesn't kind of overdo it type of energy. And I do feel like sometimes he has this other side of him to where he wants to kind of put people, he's in this space to where he wants to put people through a test to see if they really like him for real. So he's like in this thing of really testing to see if you will be there, or you're gonna come back onto him harder, or whatever the case may be. Whatever he throws out, he's just really trying to see your overall energy here. And it's because I do feel like a lot of women here, it seems as though he has been played severely when it comes towards love and giving his all and being played and left with nothing here. He wants to avoid that, but I do feel like he's being hyper vigilant into this, where it can take away the experience or the opportunity before it even manifests as so. So I feel like his intentions are genuine here, but I do feel like he's not coming in to waste your time or nothing like that. I just feel like who he is in new love, he hasn't really sorted that out just yet. And I feel like he wants to start fresh, especially with this Ace of Coins energy. Then you also got this Wheel of Fortune energy, but it is in reverse here. But it's just like he is a little bit fearful of when it does creep in. So he just doesn't know what to exactly do when it comes in. So I do feel like he questions himself whether he's enough, whether he can do this, can he show up and do this? Will she be able to believe it? It's a lot of different questions that he's just taking in emotionally when it comes towards love, and especially you right now. So I do feel like he is definitely drawn to your energy highly, but I do feel like this hesitation comes from his own past disappointments here, and I do feel like he's a little bit more fragile emotionally than he has been letting on to you. And I do feel like when he does feel vulnerable, he may back off or disassociate or maybe kind of shut down a little bit, because I do feel like he's scared of letting people in like that again. But I do feel like he wants to let people in. Like he wants to let you in vulnerably, but I do feel like it scares him immensely. And I do feel like, this is the type of thing, like, I don't feel like he wants to be inconsistent or guarded with you. That's the thing. But I do feel like sometimes it projects out with Todd here. And I do feel like he is hella sensitive. So I do feel like because he's hella sensitive, is wears heart on his sleeve. Sometimes it can project out in other ways that he doesn't quite intend to happen. So I do feel like sometimes you may feel a guard. Sometimes he may be real open. And the next time he may be a little bit inconsistent. Next time he may be heavily inconsistent. It's because he got this thing of really he's trying to match your energy and feed off you type of thing, to where that could possibly put you at a position to where that could drain you. Because I do feel like you need men that is heavy in their masculinity and want to drive and lead here. And I do feel like sometimes you can feel like, all right, maybe he's waiting for me to do this, that, and the third. So I do feel like pay attention if he starts to make you feel like you're doing you know, a lot of emotionally guessing or kind of throwing things out there. Pay attention to that. I do feel like if you get in some form of insecurity or some form of fear or doubt from him, kind of check that as well. So I do feel like he's kind of like this thing of where you're going to be climbing a mountain, to where it's going to be something, it's like y'all going to be building, because he's kind of like an onion here with Todd here. So I do feel like you should, with him here, I do feel like he may be wanting to see the extra mile from another person, just so he can jump all the way in. But I do feel like you don't need to exceed your boundaries or exceed what you're worth or what you want to do to have this type of connection with him. Because at the end of the day, at certain point of time, Todd is going to have to let these past fears go. And he's going to have to follow through if this is the opportunity that he truly wants. So I feel like this connection may teach you something about discernment, knowing where you may want to invest in and when you may need to hold back off the fear of you may be left behind or overdoing something or feeling too much of confusion. And that's what I have for Todd. Personally, neither. Nah. Honestly, I feel like real shit, if Todd can get out of his fucking head, he will be a chicken salad, honey. He will be a supreme chicken salad. Because I do feel like something is about to turn over for him. Like it's going to bring him like a lifestyle change or just a boost in certain things that I do feel like that's something that you are looking for. With, what's the other boy, Trey, I do feel like he's in alignment of being safe and stable. However, he may not be as giving as Todd. I really like the masculinity in Trey. I feel like Todd could have it if he just step out on faith one good time. Is it for, oh man, I know I'm talking to by myself. Let me know when you can hear me. Okay, so it's not, it's just for her. Okay. Maybe it's her Wi-Fi or something like that. All right, Jayla, we about to go into your reading next. Go into the YouTube live if it's still frozen, Sir Kristen. Shit, I don't know. Oh yeah, it was doing that to you too earlier. Thank you. I got it from Walmart for like $5. It was in the clearance aisle. Can you hear me now, Sir Kirsten? That's what I was telling her. Oh, okay. You back? You can hear? So if I go into Jayla's live, so basically what I was saying is I feel like personally as a woman, especially when you about to really trying to find that one for you, you want to make sure they do have certain bells and whistles. And I feel like for you, you want somebody that really got certain things put together. And I do feel like Ty, I think that's the second one. The second boy, I can't remember. I want to mix up the names. The second one, he's onto something that could be very like life changing, like over comfortable type situation, to where you can be okay, you can focus on you, like he's more giving to that. With the first person, he's a little bit more tight because he had the Four of Pentacles energy. So even though he has a lot of king and masculine energy, that emperor energy, he's also still tight, and he only going to want to give when he deems necessary to give. To give. So I feel like it's going to be certain things. It's going to have to be like a pull, or he's going to have to want to do it with the first guy versus the second guy. When he knows that you're for him, you can have whatever you like type energy. However, I just wish that I do like the masculinity and the direction and just the manly version of the first version of the person, the first guy, versus the second one, because I do feel like a lot of his fears and insecurity takes away from his light sometimes. But I do feel like once he get over that fear of like maybe she's just another girl type energy, I feel like he can work through those things. But I do feel like right now, at first glance, who would I pick? I would still say date them both. But I do feel like with the second person, he really has to see it to believe. So the more time, the more effort, the more energy being put into the more he breaks down that wall. So I feel like with him, it's kind of be hard to toggle between the two. If you have it like that, got the time to do it like that, then cool. But I do feel like he's the type of person that has to see to believe. So as a long-term standpoint, emotionally, I do feel like I will pick Todd, only because I remember in the first read, a lot of the first person's practices, because he could be sometimes a little bit selfish or doing things when he wants to do them or when he's moved to do it. And because of his strict program of how he likes things of order, it can take away from somebody's light. And that's a clash. That's a struggle. That's jail. And we don't like jail as a black woman. We don't like jail. We like to be free, out loud, doing the things that we want to do. And our man be like, okay, that's just what she want to do. And I get that energy from Todd versus the first person. Or whatever, the second person versus the first person. And that's what I'm going to say with that. Now, Jayla, we're going to go to your reading here. Let's go ahead and pull out the Ancestors card here. Yeah, he's so serious. Todd is fun. Todd is the second person, right? I believe Todd is the second person, if I'm not mistaken. He seems a lot more light, a lot more freedom, like more be able to be yourself. With other shorty, if he don't like it, if he don't agree with it, he ain't feeling that shit. Boy, if you get your boy ass, you know what I'm saying? Like why you gotta be like that? So sometimes it can come off as projection of, you think it's protection, but it can come off as smothering, So with that tight program, it can take away a little bit, Alright, so what's everywhere right when that boy decided to put me on his IG story? When you mean everyone, who is everyone, Jilla? Oh, then that's an absolute hell no in my book, then. I don't know why you even told me that. Hello? Huh? Okay. I'm about to come see something. I ordered you some them bacon strips from Dunkin'. I didn't know he was gonna be up, but in the glazed donut. I'll see what you want in a second. Oh, like his following group. Okay. Do you happen to know the boy's name by chance? So I can get a little bit more direct with feeling, if possible. He owns a bar. My colleague telling him make sure they take a screenshot. His name is Thomas. Okay, let me go get my iced coffee from the door. Go bring my daughter her food upstairs. I definitely kept her home. That COVID been whipping her ass. I put her back in school, but she was so exhausted. After that week off, she still wasn't all the way right. Woo. That gonna knock y'all over. That's a knock y'all over. Sorry, y'all. Duncan stay messing up my orders, and I'm tired of it. So I do feel like when this boy puts you on this story here, I do feel like, you know, the energy from his consumer or the people that seen it was a lot of mixed feelings here. I do feel like a lot of them saw it like, you know, okay, I'm gonna feed into this drama here, not realizing how serious his tone was, not realizing how serious his tone was here, you know, or how just how nasty he really meant behind it. And I do feel like there are some people that just were so eased into the drama, and there were some people that's like, that's not cool. Like what you're saying here, I'm not going to feed into that. So some was entertained here, some was definitely messy, and then I do feel like there's a lot of people that definitely question his intentions. Like, why did you even bring her up, or why would you do that, or this type of energy here? And I do feel like, you know, he thought he was shading you, but in all reality, he gave you attention and visibility here. I do feel like a lot of people are nosy. Some people, you know, a lot of people are nosy in this situation, but there's just some energy just didn't like the disrespect that he had for you in this situation. And I do feel like, you know, there's still a lot of jealous tone and projection in that crowd here. And I just feel like, you know, at the end of the day, they think they look good, but they actually made you like a star quality, a star moment here. I feel like your spirit guides is definitely very much so clear in this situation. They're basically saying to me he's a sloppy person. That's a sloppy individual. I keep hearing that since the beginning. You have three energies here. You have two women, one male in this spread. Two females, one male in this energy here with spiritual protection. And they basically saying he's sloppy. His words, his actions, him operating from his pride and ego and not using his brains here, don't allow it to affect you none here. They're saying here he doesn't realize the energy he's putting out circles right back to him, especially with this pie and this Miss Robinson energy. This is your spirit guides basically pulling out certain things that's in illusion here, pulling it out so people can answer towards the truth here. So I do feel like the very thing he tried to speak against you is what will return right back to his doorstep. So his reaction was rooted in immaturity and insecurity. It didn't come from no form of strength that he definitely carries. So I do feel like your spirit guides is basically saying, don't take this on as a personal burden here. He wanted to test your energy, but I do feel like you're being told to really stand in your power here and not let this energy shake your foundation. You got the Mother of Sticks and the Big Queen energy. This is the two feminine energies that's coming forth here. This could be an aunt, a younger aunt, like a woman that maybe passed like an aunt here. I do feel like this is an older woman. This could be a grandmother energy. I also got a young male energy. I'm not knowing where he's coming from, but I do feel there's a male in this energy too. But you also got these two masculine women here, fit very much so, not that masculine. They just don't play no bullshit. Their boundaries is definitely firm here. They don't take no bullshit here. They're definitely strong here. And their feminine power, definitely intuitive, definitely resilient here. And I do feel like these are people that can hold their own. So they're sending you that same energy back here that you can hold your own, especially in this situation here. I do feel like this whole situation is less about him and more about how you choose to respond here. You have the Ace of Knives energy here, letting you know that a lot of energy here is going to be clear. Clarity is coming here. Don't match his low energy. Cut through it with truth here. Cut through it with immense amount of truth here. That's the only thing that can move or shake you here. Don't let his fan base, certain people's opinions or certain drawbacks here, put you in this back and forth energy here. That's exactly what they want you to get into their vibration, to go back and forth. Remember, attention is a form of currency for some people. If you give them none, they lose power here. So I do feel like your spirit guide said this moment was exposure, not defeat in this situation. And your words will create reality here. You speak life into yourself, not lack. No one's projection can shake what is divinely supposed to be for you here, type of energy. And that's what I have. Yeah, I say continue doing things with truth here. Separate the real and the fake in this situation. Hello. Hey. Let me mute myself. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Let me walk away from my work phone. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back, y'all. My bad. I had to answer that phone call. Hey, M. How you feeling today, love? No, why would you delete your post? For what? Why would you do that? Anybody over here in the the YouTube live? If you're a new subscriber, please let me know that you're a new subscriber over here in the YouTube, please. Hey, Tamira. He ain't gonna have no choice at this point, I guess. Play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. I'm trying to figure out what made him think it's okay to do that. If there's nobody else in the YouTube live, I'm going ahead and wrap this up, and I'm gonna come back a little bit later because I noticed the YouTube live at night is a lot more better than it is in the daytime. But I'm just seeing y'all keep coming in and out. It just jumps up and down. I said I have a lot of questions. Is this somebody you went to school with? Okay, YouTube, I'll see you guys later.